So my good friend Charlie Ray asked me to share a video on the difference between net weaving and networking. Net weaving is something that I've been doing for years and really didn't understand what it was about until I had a mentor of mine. We were on a fishing trip, spent some time together, and he shared with me that I was actually a net weaver. And I did not understand what that was until he explained it to me. So net weaving is really introducing people to someone else with the hopes of helping them connect and make an impact on each other. Networking, on the other hand, is really looking for connections for yourself. So I think about networking events like chamber events or going on sales calls or going to different other businesses and trying to garner business for myself. Whereas net weaving is really about thinking about how you can invest in others and how you can connect others. So at all times when I'm communicating and interacting with somebody, even if I'm sitting in a coffee shop or at a grocery store or at somebody else's business where I'm just visiting as a customer, I'm introducing people, being introduced to people and learning about them and listening intently about what their target market is, what their business is about, what are they trying to do professionally and personally, and then how can I introduce them to somebody. And so that concept of net weaving is really about figuring out how do you introduce someone to someone else to make an impact on each other. It's not about introducing them to make an impact on yourself, to get business for yourself, but finding those connections, figuring out what would help somebody, who would be a good connection for another person. That's the crux of net weaving and why it's so successful. The reason it's been successful for me is that as I've done this over the years, again, several years ago, figured out what it was and what to call it, but I've been doing it for years. My business has actually grown. So from the standpoint of customers that I never would have had contact with otherwise, there are people that I've introduced via net weaving to each other. And then maybe 4, 5, 6 years down the road, I'll have a conversation and that will come up where they need something that I can provide. So while I'm not directly looking for that business lead, so to speak, from a networking standpoint, net weaving ultimately benefits both of us and benefits all three of the people involved in the transaction. So, in summary, networking is transactional, whereas net weaving, you are investing in people. So, I would encourage you to think about net weaving as you come across people in your path, in your everyday life, in a coffee shop, in other businesses, in a co working space, and look at that person and learn as much as you can about them to figure out what would help them. And then think about who are the people that you can introduce them to. Because as you introduce more people, your network gets larger and larger, not by networking, but by net weaving. So if you're a net weaver and you didn't really know it, now you have a word to use to call it. Net weaving is something that will change your life. I promise you, do it today and do it often. Thanks. Bye.